I was in California last week and people kept asking if I still love it here and is it great here. And yes, I like Panama. Welcome to my little tropical farm. Do I love it? There are huge challenges, and I said that a lot. Now I'm coming to check on baby, and I'll show you why. She's under this bush, which is fine. She'll let me talk to her. Oh, hi, baby. I don't know if you could see, but she was attacked yesterday. At first, I thought it was a snake, but the holes are way too big and too far apart. So you can see right here, she's got 2 huge puncture wounds, and she's got some wounds on the other side. And somebody who came to look at the neighbor's cows looked her over and said he actually thought it might be a coyote. And I do think I heard the coyotes last night. So she is, my hair got messed up in the bush, but she is in a lot of pain. She is not using her arm at all. She can move the bottom of it, but she's not using it, not putting any pressure on it. My vet, it's Sunday, so nobody's open. And the vet gave me a name of an antibiotic to buy. He gave me a name of 2 meds. One was an antibiotic. The other one might have been a pain med, but I couldn't find it. So I gave her the antibiotic, and she seems like she's in a lot less pain now than she was, but I'm sure she's still in pain. So she is lying under this bush where she's safe. And I'm keeping a close eye on her. I've been checking her a lot today. She's only taken the antibiotic a little while ago. My other concern is fly strikes on the wound. But it's in a spot, yeah, the bugs are getting it. It's in a spot that I can't really bandage. She's licking it, which would normally be bad, but it might keep the bugs out. So right now I'm going to let her lick it. I do have spray I could put on it, but I'm going to try and avoid that. And here she is, looking as sad as can be. So, yeah, we're going to keep a close eye on her. And, yeah, I think I'm going to try and bandage it. Now that I see the flies really bugging her, I'll bandage it as best I can. She may not let it stay bandaged, but I'm going to give it a try. Okay, boo-boo? Yeah, the flies are really bugging her. Okay, so I'm not sure I bandaged well. I'm not sure the bandage will stay, but without her moving, I was able to wrap the bandage around the bigger puncture wounds. Now, the gauze I used is surgical tape, so it's not super sticky. She can peel it off if she wants, but the flies are definitely bugging her. And I probably covered the other puncture wounds with the surgical tape. And I think it would be in her best interest to get 1 or 2 stitches in each of those puncture wounds tomorrow when the vet is open. But she'll sleep it off now. And hopefully the flies will stay away. They're really bugging her. So she's not lying in the best spot. She's around a bunch of ant hills. I've got to get the exterminator in here. So I'm really anti-chemical, but when it comes to ants around my house, I don't feel I have a choice. So I am going to try and get the exterminator in here in the next week. I do have something, either ants or termites, digging little holes in the grout of my tile in one spot, so they're definitely under the house again. And there are a bunch of holes like this, so I assume it's all ants, but it might not be. Bunch of those holes around the exterior of the house. So I have to get that taken care of. I just can't risk it. I have been told that they can dig under the house and completely destroy the foundation or the slab that it's sitting on. So I need to get that taken care of. But yeah, termites and ants are like the only thing I'll use chemicals for because it's just necessary. Hi, Blanca. How are you doing? Blanca keeps coming up to me to get some attention, and I'm so busy between baby and the fact that Yogi got out and was wandering around up here. That's why these guys have moved to the end of the patio. And it was really funny. I wish I had my camera, but I was so busy looking for Yogi, I didn't grab it. But the boy that looks just like Blanca was literally hiding in the bush over there. He had his head in the bush with his butt sticking out, and where I found Yogi was right behind him. So I think he was trying to hide from him, which didn't work, but the good news is he didn't attack him. And I have seen that one attack other dogs, and that's my biggest fear. Yogi loves to get out if I leave the gate open. He just immediately goes out the gate. Whereas Bonnie was sitting out there with no interest in going outside the gate. Yogi, last time he got out, he was having a little play date with Blanca. So I don't want to say they're friends because I think Blanca would rather avoid him. But Blanca is nice to him. So, but that's my biggest fear, is one of the dogs will get concerned and snap. So we're having our first real day of summer since I've been home from Los Angeles, and it is hot. So the puppies have been outside all morning. I think it's probably about 12:30, but I could be wrong. So I am going to bring them back into their kennel, where they'll get a better breeze because it's got fence walls instead of metal walls. And I think they get enough shade back there, but at this point they can sleep the afternoon, and then I'll let them loose this evening to run around. So I'm here with the chickens, and I'm giving them some hard-boiled eggs. I have so many eggs. I made pasta this week. That's a good way to use up eggs. But I didn't make... Okay, come on. They know that I often have food for them. So... and what I like to do, not that it seems to make a difference, but there's no grass here anymore. There was at one time, but they spent most of their time here. So I bring any treats over to where the grass is. I don't know if you can tell from the shadows, but they're all at my feet. I'm having trouble walking without stepping on them. So I've already collected 17 eggs today. There are 20 hens. I'm getting between 17 and 20 eggs a day. So these are from before my trip. So I'm eating them, but I won't sell them because they're a couple weeks, 2 weeks old. I know in the U.S. in the store you're getting them, they're more than 2 weeks old. But here, it's really cute to watch. I don't know if the ducks will eat the eggs, but they're going to come look. Oh, the chickens aren't letting them get close. Oh, Lady got one. She's not sharing. So, I thought I brought out plenty, but I'm not sure that everyone gets some. This duck's bold. She's in the middle of the pack. These two ducks now. So the ducks have been flapping their wings a lot. Their wings haven't grown back fully, but they're getting close. So this week I am going to cut their wings, probably when Ulysses is here, so that I can get some help, because he grabs them much better than I do. Look at these crazies. There's nothing left. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do... Oh, look, the gate just opened. So that's what I was talking about with the dogs. It opens really easily. It doesn't stay closed unless it's latched. And I haven't latched it. So, I mean, I don't have a latch on this side. So I can string it closed with this now. That was the big change. I was going to get a latch and put it in here so I could latch it closed. But it's kind of not worth all the work. So I can just tie this to here, and it'll stay closed, and it worked last night with the dogs banging on it. But let me show you what I'm going to do next. See, there's just a little bit of a breeze, so it's blowing right open. So I am going to latch it. If the chickens go outside, it's not a big deal. They come right back. They do not want to leave their home, so they will come running back if I chase them back. The key is getting behind them To chase them back? Okay, there we go. Now it'll stay closed. But what I'm afraid of is the ducks getting out. Because if I go to try and get, like the chickens aren't that afraid of me, so I can walk by them. If I do it fast enough, I beat them around to the other side. And then I can chase them back down the hallway without a problem. But I don't think I'd be able to pass the ducks. Because one, they move much faster when they're scared. They'll run. And two, they're way more afraid of me, so they're more likely to run. So that's an issue. All right, so let me show you. I'm pretty sure this tree is a guanabana tree, but that's not what I'm here for. I am here to look for a banana tree, just to show you. Okay, here it is. So I had this bunch of bananas, and the insects got it. And I'm hoping you can see that in the picture. I am going to bring it down soon and just leave it on the ground for the chickens and probably the rats, but hopefully more so for the chickens. Maybe I'm going to see if they ripen up there before the birds and the bats get them. And I don't know what got those. It was either insects, it could have been fruit bats, it could have been birds, but I don't think so because birds do more damage. So I'm not sure. So as I was saying, when my thing died, I've got a couple of bunches of bananas. Here's a fairly new one. That's already, oh no, those are flowers. I looked at it and thought it was being eaten, but it's not. Here's an older one that is starting to get eaten a little. And here's an even older one that looks great. So I'm going to cover these. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get this to stand without the chickens knocking it over, but let's try. So the chickens are afraid of the ladder, and they went running, and then the dogs started barking. So let's see if this little one is big enough, because it should be. Oh yeah. Put that one down there. I guess I gotta get the insects out of here before I can close it up. There's a whole bunch of stingless bees, I think they are, in here. Whoa. That won't work. Okay. Puppers. Oh. Okay, leave the chickens alone, Lulu and Punky. That's not good. Okay. Get them out. Okay, so we'll see if that works. This one doesn't seem to have much damage, if at all. Now I have to decide if we're going to cover this one, which has some damage, but they're not all damaged. And this one is still growing, so I don't want to cover it yet. You can see all these flowers here will turn into bananas if they're pollinated. So I think we'll leave that one and we'll cover this one. Of course, I used the small bag over there just to see if it would work. And we'll put the big bag on the small bunch. But I guess it's not a yeah, it's a bunch. And then within the bunch are like 3 hands on this bunch. But we'll cover it and see if we can save what's left. Okay, so as soon as this third one, I don't know where it went. I think it's right behind here. Yeah, it is. Oh, there are 2 more. Okay, so this one is just getting started, and this one looks fabulous. I'm almost tempted to come back tomorrow to cover that one. I don't know what I'm going to do with all these bananas, if they grow. But I have 2 more bags. That's all I bought. They're supposed to be to cover trees, and I originally put them on my wish list on Amazon so that I could buy them to cover the mulberry trees, so the birds wouldn't eat the mulberry flowers. But my mulberry trees are now gone. This one they cut down. I didn't think it was dead, but it might have been dying. I had more over here. I'm not sure why they cut them all down, but if I want to, I could take that other mulberry that's growing really well, and I could grow some more from it. So that's a possibility. But right now we're focused on bananas. So I've got 4 trees going. To be honest with you, if these end up looking better than this bunch with no damage, oh wow, I've got 1, 2, 3. I didn't even see that one. So I don't know if you could see it, but here's 1, here's 2, and right behind it, above it a little bit, is a 3rd. Let's see if there's more. The best way to spot them is to look on the ground for the leaves of the flowers that fall off. But I am gonna have a lot of bananas. So maybe I see if the guy in town that makes the best banana bread, I had a piece this morning, wants to buy my bananas. He might. I don't see any more. So a lot of these trees could start to flower. And some of them may never flower because they may be, the trees that were cut down because they had a fungus may have grown back in some cases, but I don't think too many of them. Oh, here's you can see again the damaged bananas here, so we'll just leave that. Let's walk around and look some more. I should really go look at some of the other trees throughout the property. Now this right here is the field where I put those, I tried to block off the trees, and I really need to let the sheep back in there. I'll probably do that in about 2 days. The grass is getting really long in there. It's been really long. They didn't eat enough of it when they were in there. So I need to get them back in there, and I need to keep them in there for a few days. And I think what I'm gonna do is if they go for the trees, I'm just gonna have to let them. Now, I've changed the way I'm giving them minerals, and that may be helping because I see them picking at this tree out here a lot less, but I'm not sure. Okay, so some of these trees fell down, and can't say why, but I'm not too concerned. I have plenty. So I don't see any more banana trees that have flowered, at least not over here. We'll look at the rest of the property. The breeze feels awesome. And there are the puppies. Say hi. That's Punky. And that's Lulu. They're waiting for the chickens to come give them some excitement. Okay, so I'm in the storeroom where I have the problem with the rats. And I hear them occasionally up in the ceiling. I think that's how they get up there. But it's open to the outside over there, so they can come and go. But it looks like they did eat some of my homemade, quote unquote, poison. It's not poison. It's, I might have said this already, but it's flour, baking soda, and a little sugar. 1 part flour, 1 part baking soda, half the amount of sugar. So I guess 2 parts powder, 2 parts baking soda, 1 part sugar is about what it is. There's mixed results from other people, and I wish I had, what do they call it, a game camera or a field camera to put out there to see them eat it and see how many come back each night, because then I would know if it's working. Because typically they'll go back into their nest and die. So wherever their nest is, which like I said, I think is in the ceiling, but I don't know for sure. The only way for me to know is when I see no activity, really. So I was just looking back to see if I left anything, but I put the ladder away. The other, I don't know if you could see it from this far away, but I'm sure you can, it's bright yellow. The other chicken feeder is drying in the sun. I'll leave that out for only about an hour because the sun isn't really great for the plastic. But at the same time, the sun kind of sterilizes. It'll dry it out. It'll be perfect. They are finally taking down the mahogany trees. So this is the last one, the biggest one. And they opened up the fences, and now they're taking it down with a rope. They're gonna pull it down over the road. So I'm gonna go over that way. You can see here, well, you probably don't remember, but the other two were right over there. So they pulled it down. It opened up a lot of sun. But let's go back over here. I'll show you what they're doing. Okay, so I'll show you the other trees are down. And now they're pulling this one down. And it looks like they're actually gonna pull it with a truck into the next pasture. It's pretty darn big. I don't want to get too close because I don't want to make them nervous. But I don't know if you can see him right behind the tree cutting it. Okay, he just got in the car, so I think he's gonna pull it over. Hey, get the dog, El Perro. El Perro. Oh, wow. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up, but he already cut a wedge out of this side, and now he's cutting the other side. I'm nervous about the dog being there. It's Caco's dog. Uh-oh, it's coming. And the dog! Okay, they think it's funny. I was nervous for the dog. Come here, you. Sí. Muy nerviosa. I'm worried about you. I'm worried about you. It's a big tree. Un árbol grande. Thanks for joining us this week. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. And if you want to follow along, please hit the subscribe button and click the bell so that you're notified when our next video comes out. And if you know anyone else who might be interested in homesteading in Panama, please forward this video along to them. We'll see you next week. Bye.